hood postman, city, hood, click. Let's go.
Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know, somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray with y'all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you big.
Lock the door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when this dope content hit, it'll feel like it's a person in 15. Welcome to the Mailroom. When you come in, take a look at your mind, examine what's in your heart. You go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lives, but you come right ahead to get the truth. It's not a glorification or a glamorization. It's always an education. Get on the bus and let me take you to school. Before they had handguns, they had hand guides. Man up, man. Get yourself out that mental post bail with Professor Melly Mail. Get yourself out of mental jail. I'm here to deliver the mail. What's good, people? What's going on? Kim Folks, cousins, and relatives. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Marlene William, Postmaster General in the house. What's going on, John? What is going on? What's going on? Glad to see all you guys are joining. RDL in the house. What's good, people? What's good, man? Glad to see a JRL. What's happening? What's good? Junior L. That's what it is. Junior L. What's good? What's good? What's good, people? Yeah, we back here for another one. And man, it's unfortunate, man, that we keep having all these different circumstances and situations throughout our city as we continue to evolve and advance. We come in here and kick the ball back and forth like soccer. We try to give each other a chance to advance and do something different, man. But the tide or the turn of the gang banging keeps sending us down the rabbit hole. And we keep going further and further and further into the abyss of nothing. Man, you got to fill your mind with vision, ideas, collectively being positive, doing things that has great returns. Because if you don't, the enemy has no problem with putting debauchery, murder, fear, lack, scarcity into your mind. That's what the enemy does. It is his job. 24/7. That's what they do. That's what's going to happen if you're not careful of what you're allowing to go inside your mind and what you're allowing to resonate within your physical and your abilities to negotiate and be transparent in this society. You don't want to get too far off into that, man. I'm telling you guys, that this gang banging is no life. Trust me. I've been witnessing and being part of it since 1972. And trust me, I have seen countless and countless and countless of individuals just lost for no reason. CK stand for colored man killer, and BK stand for black man killer. That is the gist of it, man. You can't, man. You just, man. And then we got my guy, Brick Baby. We're going to talk about Brick Baby in a few minutes. Blue Link, what's going on? Family, where's the link? My face on. The link is in the chat, bro. The link is in the chat. Always in the chat. The link is always in the chat, as always. But anyway, back to what I was saying, guys. The past few days, we have been seeing a multitude of murders happening within the city of Los Angeles and Compton. And the reasons are so minuscule that when you find out what was the problem and what's the initiation of the problem, you be like, for real? That's why they did that? For that reason? You got to be kidding me. And then at the end of the day, they still not recognizing that the pole cameras, the flock cameras, the CBT cameras, the LBT cameras, all these different cameras and doorbell cameras and all these different surveillances, right, man? Matter of fact, let's go right to it. Let's take a look at what LAPD had to say about this particular situation. And watch, I want you to pay close attention to what they had to say, because it's important, and this is what they're going to rely on to help the investigation.
Breaking news at 6 o'clock, at least 5 people have been taken to the hospital after a shooting at a corner market in South Los Angeles. Hello, I'm David Ono.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. Police are searching for possibly 3 people involved with the shooting. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter is live near Manchester and Figueroa with new information from police this afternoon. Leanne.
Giovanna, David, that's right. We're waiting for Mayor Karen Bass as well as LAPD Chief Jim McDonald. They are expected here at the scene in about 5 to 10 minutes to talk about the shooting. I'm going to step out of the way and show you the scene here in South Los Angeles. You can see it remains cordoned off as this investigation continues in front of the 7 Market here. That is where the gunfire erupted, leaving 5 injured. Here's what authorities had to say just a short time ago.
At about 2:30 this afternoon, our officers received a radio call of a shooting here at 8501 South Figueroa. When they arrived, they were able to confirm that we did have 5 victims of a shooting at this time, and they're being treated as we speak. At this time, all of this is preliminary. We do have casings here at scene, but we're walking the neighborhood, looking for video to confirm exactly what happened. And as you can see behind us, our officers and our investigators are at scene working through this as we speak.
Right there, looking for video. Other words, they depend on the surveillance. They walk in the neighborhood. So if your car, your license plate was caught by LVT, license vehicle transfer, what is it called? Transparency, where they tracking, that's what license vehicle tracking, that's it, LVT, license vehicle tracking. If this thing get onto your vehicle and they do the tracking, they're going to find somebody that is linked to something that is going to tie into the actual shooter. Whether they were in the car or whether they own the car or not, that's not going to matter. They're going to put so much pressure on the resident, because back in our days, we knocked G's, man. We didn't go in no personal cars. Where they get that from? You riding around doing drive-bys in rental cars in your personal car? Are you kidding me? You have got to be kidding me, right? This is not happening, right? This can't be happening in this day and time. People are actually going out in their personal car, either rental cars, and doing drive-bys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me see. What is this? Hold on. Johnny Sullivan, what's happening? I saw some link pop up. I didn't see where it went. Johnny Sullivan, what's happening, man? I didn't see that link. I saw it pop up, but then it disappeared. But anyway, my link is in the chat, bro. Guys, again, ignorance can be educated, crazy be medicated, but stupidity, there is no cure for stupidity. There is no cure for that. And the way these people operate and do things, the modernity has had advanced in modern technology. It has far surpassed the ideology and the thinking of the regular street dudes. They don't understand that they're out of their element. They don't understand that these things that are capable of drawing in and bringing in conclusions and surveillance and bringing in their actual identities and identifying them is far easier than it did in my time. I also want to take my time out and say rest in peace, Aaron White Boy from the South Side. Yeah, he's a white boy, and he's really a South Side Compton Crip. He rest in peace. There's been uproars, and there's been back and forth within the city of Compton. There you go.
There I go.
What's going on, man?
How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. First to the StreamYard. For starters, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my real name. My name is Derek. Blue Ink Notary.
Okay. And you out of where?
Actually, I'm out of California, man. I live in Idaho. I
live in Idaho,
man. Yeah, I live in Idaho, man.
So what can you add to the conversation?
Just a conversation just based on you. I could go in and add to the conversation based on it's a very deep game. Born and raised in California. I'm going to give a background to your people. You know what? Let me go ahead and I'm new to the etiquette, and I'm gonna say welcome. I'm gonna say welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Postman.
No problem.
Based on
so did you read the title?
No, can you tell me, sir?
Okay, blood in the streets of multiple gang members murdered in Los Angeles, Compton, and Los Angeles, Compton, and Brick Baby entered an open plea in federal court. We'll deal with that on a second note. But we're dealing with the gang. We're dealing with the gang murders. I just gave a shout out, rest in peace, to Aaron, who's white boy. They call him white boy from Southside Compton Crip. He was murdered a few days ago, and there's also been murders back and forth, shootings of back and forth within the city of Compton and Los Angeles. So we're nearing the end of summer, but these things tend to heat up for whatever reason in summertime, and they just get really out of hand. But okay, but go ahead.
Okay. Based on that, I would like to say I'm a California kid. Family from Los Angeles, California, Carson, Compton, Los Angeles, South Central, all around the board. Raised in the Empire. So I'm aware of the gang culture. And I'm from the side of the left side, right? So
what neighborhood did you grow up in? Let me ask you that.
Okay, what neighborhood I grew up in? Actually, I grew up in a city called, not even city, a town called Rubidoux. Rubidoux, California.
That's in Riverside.
Yep, outside of Riverside. Yes, sir. Outside of Riverside. A lot of ties are tied in this, given families and given what we know with that. That's a whole nother subject. We gonna tap into that one day because we know what's happening. The gang culture in California is Tetris, and Los Angeles.
Okay, let me pose this to you. Let me help you out. Let me pose you there. I believe that the most self-hating black people are in this Los Angeles and surrounding cities. Here's the reasons why.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Gang banging, where was it created at?
Man, in the hearts of South Central, and I didn't know that. I didn't know
Okay,
that.
hold right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Hold that thought.
Yep.
Where was gangster rap created?
In the streets of Los Angeles, California.
Okay, where was the bandana and the gang signs in the attire, the gang apparel? Where was that created?
All I know is all I know it is what it
So
is. That's
therefore,
all I know.
if you take it in observable reality, and you take in the totality of all the murders and the people that's been slain and senseless murders, would it be fair to say the most self-hating black people are in Los Angeles? Now it has gone bi-coastal. What's your thoughts?
Yes, that's my answer to the question. I would say yes, and I would go and sit there and say, man, I guess me being a California baby. Remember, I always say this: I'm a '70s baby raised in the '80s. So all I know is this. That's all I know. I don't know nothing different. So I don't have I would not beg to differ and go against the grain, given you're my elder. Meaning, I'm a young man. I'm 46 years old. So I don't know nothing else.
But how did you get to Iowa? You said Iowa or Idaho?
Idaho. I'm in Idaho.
How did you get to Idaho? Where you plant potatoes?
Man, I slid about the man. I got to slide.
Do you plant potatoes?
No, sir. I've only been out here 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, only been out here 8 years.
That's the home of the Idaho potato.
Yeah, it's Idaho potato, right? But I only been out here 8 years, right? So I'm 46 years old.
And they got a lot of pig farms there.
Yeah, it's a lot of farms here. It's a lot of planetary type of thing. But I only been here for 8 years, so my mentality hasn't changed.
When you say your mentality hasn't changed, you mean you took that LA mentality?
No, I didn't take it. I'm out here cooling. I didn't take nothing from nowhere. I'm cooling.
But you said mentality. I was trying to understand why did you use
my mentality
the word mentality?
Mentality is it's kind of embedded, and they don't understand. A lot of people, I noticed that a lot of people don't understand the California shit. No, excuse my language. No cussing. They don't understand the California thing, and it's embedded, right? This all I know is Cali, so I don't know nothing else. So I had to come out here to understand some other dynamics of the world.
So you seeing a different culture, but let me ask you this though,
right.
Louis, are the Damu and Kiwi, do they have standing in Idaho?
No.
There's no Crips and Bloods in Idaho?
No. For a set? No, I can't go around the corner and see no set.
So that must be welcoming.
I'm happy. I'm happy. You smile, yeah, because you know what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's actually I'm cooling, right? So I don't mean it in a bad way. When it comes to the structure, we know the structure. So I'm taking heed to my elder, which would be you, as far as age. And it's tough to have that. What goes on in Los Angeles, I can relate. I'm like, okay, I understand it because I'm from California. I see the wrong, but I don't see the wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Shout out to Monique Hill.
It's a dangerous game, man, because
Big Mitch.
It's not lovely for us young. I'm gonna say young black men because I'm not young. I'm 46. I got grandbabies, so I'm not young, but I do understand what the dynamics is.
I want to give recognition to somebody, man. She brought up a term yesterday that was very poignant to the discussion, and she called it jaw banging. Shout out to Monique Hill for coining that phrase, jaw banging. We're in the age of jaw banging. Most of the people that you see that are engaged, their beefs and the scenarios start on the internet now. It starts with the internet, then it now advances to the street. It used to be the streets. It used to be the streets to hip hop, to then the internet. Now it's internet, hip hop, streets.
Correct. You're absolutely right, and I don't even understand this internet. I don't even talk. I wouldn't be doing none of that shit.
But listen, Bluey, I
But
gotta
I
move
understand.
on. But I appreciate you stopping by. We'll link it another time. Go follow me on the Hood Postman on Instagram. Send me a message and we'll tap in and then we'll figure something else and we'll get on topic. Because I like
Okay,
to be on topic.
okay, bet on topic. Let me
Yeah.
go ahead and let me go in and let you know with the gang. I'm I'm from the other side. I'm from the C side, and I don't even like to even speak. That's why I don't like to talk too much on the internet. That's why I tapped in. But I understand that the gang culture, period. Because I'm one of them. I'm one of them babies. I'm one of them babies that was 84, 85, 86, 90s. I seen it all. I done seen it
Okay.
all.
Okay.
So I understand it, and it's hard for me to speak on it. So when I see these things with the youngsters doing what they do, I don't understand it because we have a code of ethics where we don't speak too much. We ain't talking. I'm not doing no talking on a. I'm not telling my left hand what my right hand is doing. And the youngsters kind of tend to kind of put the S on the internet and they just let it free fall.
Yeah,
And I don't
that's it.
I don't
So
understand.
again, I gotta move on. Go to the Hood Postman Instagram, send me a message, and I'll get back to you.
Bet. Hey, bet.
Peace.
Hey, once again, man, I'm Blue Ink Notary up out of Idaho, by way of California, Inland Empire, actually on that side of town. But you know, it is what it is. And man, I thank you know what, I want to appreciate the postmaster and everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And we can tap in, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All love and it's black love.
Thank you. Enjoy your day. Yeah. Sometimes we get that, man. We get people to just jump in the chat, and that's okay. But we're here for it. I don't do no discriminating. I think everybody has a say so. Everybody has a piece of the pie. Everybody has somehow or some way been involved and been affected or impacted by the gang culture, some kind of way. Thank you for entering. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, so again, shout out to Aaron, White Boy. See, the thing about White Boy, right? What people don't know, he was actually accused allegedly of being one of the people involved with Yatunde Price, Venus and Serena Williams' sister when she lost her life. Yeah, I knew a couple of people that was had, allegedly that never. I don't think it was ever proven that he had did anything wrong. I think that when you get a high profile person like that lose their life, usually police investigators, they come in and just start doing a sweep and scooping people and they lump people in together. Oh yeah, on Greenleaf, yeah, that's him. Monique, he's the one. You're absolutely right. Yep, you're Tunde Price. So yeah, he was one, man. Rest in peace to White Boy Aaron from Southside. But moving forward, now we got to tap in on the Brick. The Brick baby took an open plea. I don't necessarily think that open pleas can be good or bad, and I'll tell you why. When you take an open plea in court, what you want to do first and foremost is research your judge. Do not take an open plea in federal court if you haven't researched the judge, because there are judges that have some cases are like an Achilles heel to them. And I'm gonna give you an example. There was a judge. His name was Letts, Judge Letts. Then they gave him the name Let Him Go Letts. Let Him Go Letts was a person. If you had a drug case, you would want it to go in front of Letts, because Letts didn't approve or appreciate the way the government did business in obtaining search warrants, obtaining affidavits, and obtaining wiretap. He did not like their process. So that's how he get the name Let Him Go Letts. Now, if you brought a fraud case in front of Letts, he gonna drop the axe on you. That was his thing, man. He did not like fraudsters. But if you had a drug case, so when you do an open plea, you have to Know who your judge is. See, judges, federal judges are arbitrary. They're in the middle. They're the ones that sit in the middle of both you and your attorney and the U.S. attorney. And then you have what is called the pre-sentence report, the probation people. So they do a pre-sentence report and and they take down all this information from A to Z, from the time you was born until grown. And sometimes there'll be mitigating circumstances, and there'll be things in there growing up that you might have been, you might have been mistreated growing up. You even might have been molested. There's all sorts of kind of things that these people go in. They're not going to put you in front of a judge without having a pre-sentence report. So what I'm assuming that Brick Baby did, he's taking an open plea. So therefore, there's some things that may be in his pre-sentence report that's going to help him, and that's going to favor the judge. Is going to look and shine favor his way. But it's a dangerous thing to take up to me. Now, back in my time, when I went to federal court, it was kind of dangerous to take an open plea because the mandatory minimums would what budget one way or the other. The mandatory minimum, if it was 10, it was 10. It was hard for a judge to depart from that if he didn't have, if the right tools were there for him to depart. So we have what is called show cause, right? Anytime you get into a court proceedings with the federal government, first thing, if you got an attorney and he doesn't file a show cause motion on your behalf, the show cause is the court orders a show cause why the court should or shouldn't grant motions of release to you based on the lack of evidence or the insufficient of evidence or the way they obtain evidence. Fruit from a poisonous tree. And then you have what is called jinx material. It is the written recording statements and witnesses made by a government witness and people that are snitching against you. You have a right to that. You have a right to that. If your attorney doesn't file that, he is a bad attorney. Get rid of it. Then you have Brady material. It is the evidence in which the government professed that the favorable that may be favorable to you, that they generally hold back and they don't want nobody to see it. So if your attorney doesn't file all four of them motions, and then here's the kicker right here, he got to file what is called a lemon-I. A lemon-I is the most common use to prevent evidence that is irrelevant to your case. It can unfairly influence a jury or judge anybody that is on your case. So you wanna do these things, and you gotta know this knowledge, because if you're in a federal case like all those cats from the Hoovers that's in there, this should be their walk. This should be the process. This should be all the four motions that I just named, and there's some more. They should be filed immediately, showing cause and why. If your attorney doesn't do that, then he is running a backdoor deal with the U.S. attorney, and they're going to swap you out for somebody that's paying anywhere from, because federal cases usually charge, in order to fund a federal case, you have to release, I would say, no less than $50,000, probably no more than $1 million. Unless you Diddy or somebody like that, then the costs go way up. But that's probably where you at on a federal case. Now, if you ain't got that, then they put you with a panel attorney, and then that's where you come with these guys that's doing these open pleas. But I would much rather saw Brick Baby do what is called a Rule 11-1C. A Rule 11-1C. It is a binding plea. That means my attorney, and the pre-sentence report and the U.S. attorney, we all agree that based on the evidence that the federal government is providing, it's not necessarily fully what it is, but there's some elements of it that if I go to trial, I will lose. So therefore, I'm willing to take this Rule 11-1C, which is a binding plea agreement. And if that binding plea agreement says that I get 5 years, whether I'm facing 10, 20, or whatever, but I got a binding Rule 11.1c, because the Rule 11.1c says it is a binding plea agreement, but you just don't have no appeal rights. That's the problem. I would much rather see him take that, because there is culpability on his part, being that he was apprehended with the goddammits. You can't get around that. Now, I don't know about what anything else that he had going on that. I don't know that, what the nature of that, but I know that he is Brett Mitchell's son. Brett Mitchell used to own a Chevrolet dealer in Compton, over there in the Compton Auto Mall. You guys, everybody in Compton, they knew who that was. If you live in Compton, you know who Brett. So that's Brett Mitchell Jr. right there. Great baby. But anyway, hopefully everything works out for him and he's good. But we're gonna I also heard him and Lil Durk is in there. They chilling together, writing raps and doing what they're doing. People get so comfortable in federal prison. It is unbelievable, because they give you a big nice pillow. They give you a big nice mattress, and they give you you can get to eat halal or kosher. They give you, you can eat your whatever your diet is, whether it's religious or you're a vegan. They accommodate all that. They may not particularly like everything that they give you, but they will accommodate you on that. Postman, I got a photo might want to see. Okay, good enough. Shoot it to me through Instagram. So again, I would much rather seen him take that. Then that way he would have known what he was up against, because the open plea, say for instance, if the Rule 11E1C, even at that point, even if the prosecutor, U.S. attorney, your attorney, the pre-sentence board, everybody agreed, the judge can still reject it, but the likelihood of him rejecting it is slim enough, because you got all these people in agreement, and 9 chances out of 10, judges are good at saying, hey, I want to get this case behind me and move on to the next. That's what they're good at. So what they have is what is called a lottery system. When you go into federal court, you go in there for your affidavit and you go get it indicted, right? They do it as a lottery. So you might have, I don't know how many judges there are in the Central District. It could be up to 20. I'm not for sure. Consuelo Marshall is one of the judges over there, which is Marshall, the famous black judge. That's his daughter. Yep. That's his daughter over there. She's over there. Judge Hatter. What is his name? Tom Hatter, something Hatter. Those are 2 great black judges over there. And Thurgood Marshall, his daughter. Her name is Consuelo Marshall. Then you have what is Let 'Em Go Let's. You have Killer Kelly, Real. I'm sure he's retired by now. And then you had that Stephen V. Wilson. Stephen V. Wilson is a hack. He's the one that got Me, Gangster, and Us. And he's also the one that got Ray Brown in. And they like to put them drug cases in front of Killer Kelly, Manny Real, and Stephen B. Wilson. That's where they like to steer. But what they do is called a lottery system. And they pull the judge. And what they did, I seen them do this. They reshuffled it, because we pulled a Judge Burns, a senior judge. And the government did not like the judge, because the judge we pulled originally was a judge that wasn't for the foolishness and the buffoonery. So they shuffled the deck again, and we wind up with Stephen V. Wilson. But they don't play fair, bro. They charge in duplicity. They double stack the deck. They make everything is called forum shopping for a bigger venue. And prosecutors are always, U.S. attorneys are always over there doing backdoor deals with your public pretender. Know this. If he's used to getting 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000, and then as a panel attorney, he comes down, because they got panel attorneys down there. These are guys that have private practices and they lend their services to the court. They only get $3,500 to represent you. If they only getting $3,500 to represent you, and they used to get 50, 60, 70, 100, 200, a million, I don't think you're gonna get much out of that. I don't think you're gonna get much effort out of that. I just don't believe it. Knowing what I know about attorneys. Your attorney, if you don't have a personal relationship with an attorney, the probability of them fighting tooth and nail for you are slim and none. Slim and none. So yeah, you got to look at these things and don't take these things for granted. And anybody that's talking to the Hoover guys, give them Jinx material, Brady material, show cause motion, and eliminate it. Give them those four and tell them to tell their attorneys to file all four of those motions immediately. Because I don't know about the guy. I'm gonna get into it a little more because I got to break down my particular case because I saw so many mishaps to where people was trying to say this or that about it, but they had it wrong. They had it all wrong. I just laid back and just listened to it, but it's wrong. But I will correct the record for everybody that wants to hear it. I will correct it because I know the law. I know the American jurisprudence. I know the Black's Law Dictionary. I know the rules and procedures engaged of court procedures. I know all that. I know the federal seconds and federal thirds. I know quite a bit when it comes to federal law. And one of the things I do know, I'm going to say this, guys. It is against the law. You can Google it yourself for anybody to record or film in a federal court building, whether you in the clerk's office or in the courtroom itself. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it, but go look it up. And I'll just leave it there. I'll leave it there for now. But we will get into the rules and we'll get into the procedures. And there's maybe about 9, 10 things on the list. And you as an defendant or climate of the court, you probably maybe about 9 or 10 on the list. Man, there are so many things that are in front of you. This thing, I'm telling you, it's a full setup. It's a full court press, man. It is a train wreck when you go into federal court. So please, if you can, avoid it at all costs. Once again, I am Professor Melly Mill. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. Be sure to continue to follow me, but continue to share the knowledge and information because it is pertinent. It may not be useful to you, but it's tough. Trust me, it is useful to somebody that is going through something right now. And if they want to know something about the law, don't feel free to tap in. And I'm not in the best of to sit down and write motions anymore, although I can, but it's so time consuming. So I have to shepherdize and do the research and find case law that fits your particular argument and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's time consuming, and I don't have so much time in the day. You know, I got so many jobs I do. And Marlena, she knows them well. All my jobs, Marlena knows them. So yeah, so guys, once again, man, be sure to tap in with me, and we'll be back. I'll try to get back tomorrow. I got a couple of things I got to do. I've been lacking. I understand that, but there have been some more important things that I had to do and take care of. So that's why I've been like not really that transparent on the internet. And plus, sometimes I get frustrated with all the stuff I see, with all the ignorance and all the different stuff. Man, it's just crazy how some people just go for all the surface stuff and don't do no digging, no research, don't believe in the data, the statistics. They don't do that. They just go for surface goods and some dudes from a sidewalk critic. That's it. But anyway, I am Professor Melly Mill, your hood postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15. Don't mind me, church moving, but go ahead and lock that door.
Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money, got a dollar sign. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go, reach for the low.
Lock the door, because we are gone.